Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're building my first Tyrannosaurus Rex enclosure in Jurassic World Evolution 3's campaign mode, right here in the Badlands of Montana. Typically when I do builds like this, I like to speed those up to make it something that's more viewable in a YouTube short or in a TikTok video, but I did get a request to slow this down to show a little more of the process and what we're doing here. And we're gonna try that today for the first time with the Tyrannosaurus Rex. I don't like to include multiple of any dinosaur in the campaign until I've been able to include every single one of those dinosaurs. This means that most dinosaurs aren't going to be replicated or repeated until we get to the back half of the campaign, and we're getting very close to that as I'm just finishing up the Japan campaign map in the next week or so. Whenever I put together these kind of spheres or domes, it's really important to put some kind of a pillar on the side of these walls to make this much easier to blend everything together. It is a little bit smaller, so we're gonna end up having to use two of them. And this column specifically, it gets smaller as it goes up. So one thing that we're gonna do here is we're gonna take that column and then we're going to flip it around. Whenever I'm building something here, I don't always start with the end result in mind. I have a concept or an idea that I want to try to implement here, but I don't fully know what it's gonna look like at the end of it. I don't know if that's the best way to do it, but that's at least the approach that I like to take in this. I knew at least I wanted to have some kind of a sphere here, and I'm going to have another wall that's going to extend, and so I'm going to have some quick little cement block that's going to help me in the future as we get into that. To make the dome, it's important that whenever we're doing this, we flip this exactly 180 degrees, and then we can just extend it as far as we want using the local grid map to just keep that perfectly in alignment here before we're going to eventually take both of these sides here, and then we're just going to flip to the toggling tool to just rotate and duplicate this. And at that point, we just want to make sure we're turning off the angle snap so we can start to blend this wherever we want. And you can see we can do that as long or as short as we want it to be. This one, I'm going to take it a little bit closer so that it feels like this pole is going to hit right between these two pieces of glass. So it's not going to perfectly extend all the way. But again, using this method with the pillar, it's just going to make this way easier to start creating and going through this. So that gets us our completed dome. So if you just needed a dome, this is the fastest way that I've found to do it. But what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna extend this and put in a walkway for the guests. So I'm gonna take that wall that I've had there that we started with, I'm gonna extend it out a little bit, and then I'm gonna take another one of those glass panels and put it over the top of it so I can create this glass walk around the entirety of the enclosure. We're gonna extend this out, make sure it touches that concrete wall that we'd started with, put a pillar in. It's gonna make it a little bit of a different one here. So this is gonna be more concrete that we're gonna be using in this part here. And then we're just gonna duplicate it and then extend it around to make another perfect circle around the entirety of our enclosure. And again, if you wanted to stop here, you absolutely could. I'm gonna take the Tyrannosaurus and I'm gonna put it in the enclosure just so I can test the space and see how much area it actually needs. I want this to be something that is going to eventually use 2 different Tyrannosaurus. But one thing you could do is you could grab the entire thing, you could duplicate it multiple times if you wanted to create some kind of a structure and remove the things in the middle if you wanted to. That is something that I've done for a couple of different spaces. It's what I have on this same exact map for the Troodons and for the Oviraptors that are over in this pit on the side that people can look into. All you have to do is just grab one of these lines that you have, these duplicates, and then multiple select on one half of this and then delete it to just remove little bits and pieces of this. This is how you can create things that aren't going to be perfect circles, but you can make things that look just unique. In the campaign, I can't play with or toggle the comfort settings for dinosaurs, so I need to make sure that these are big enough for them to be happy in. We're gonna have 2 of these because having one is just not enough space for a full family of Tyrannosaurus, as I will see as I went in and started playing with the space here. Another thing that we're gonna do, and a reason that I should have said this earlier, I use a larger wall to start these domes, because what I'm gonna start to do now is I'm gonna pull this entire enclosure down just a little bit so that we feel like if you walked in, you're not looking at a cement wall. That's also good if you do have enclosures that you're going to start to take down some of the terrain on the sides here, or you start building other buildings and things on the side that sometimes destroy part of the sides of it. This makes it so that the enclosure doesn't become open for a dinosaur to escape, which if you're not putting things below the surface can be problematic. We can see again, you can fill up one of these domes and it's great for one Tyrannosaurus, but it's not going to be enough for when we start putting 2, 3, multiple in here, but it works for one. And I like the light coming down on this. It reminds me a lot of Jurassic Park when the Velociraptors are looking up when Alan and the kids are hiding in the air duct. But again, we are adding multiple Tyrannosaurus in here, which is gonna be a problem. So I've added a second dome in here, and then just take a little bit of the wall out from the side here and connect them so that these both work in here together. Then we just start to put in a few rocks, some terrain, some trees to just build this out a little bit. And we're gonna take both of these and we're gonna put a nest in and try to get baby Tyrannosaurus in here as much as we can. That's the goal. Needed to watch this and make sure that Tyrannosaurus can actually go through it because I wasn't fully confident it would when I started it. But we can see they started there. It's showing it as part of their space. I still haven't seen it come into here, but it's at least registering as part of their territory, which is still helpful whether they can or can't actually get to it. Put some more trees in here, make these feel a little bit more connected. And I have dinosaurs that are threatening the park or guests. And we failed our test for Tyrannosaurus. We're going to try it again. But then what I need to also do is I want to make this, again, a walkable space for people. So we're just going to create a walkway. I'm not going to use this actual road here. I'm going to turn this into a dirt walkway. But for now, I just need to be able to see it better. So I'm just going to take this, build this around in a circle to go around until the other dome connects to it. So that's where this is going to stop and where there's actually nowhere for a guest to go. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side here, where in a similar way, I've just taken out part of the side here that is now for the gate and for maintenance and rangers and everybody else to access the Tyrannosaurus domes that we have here. And right now this is just a boring walkway. Eventually we add in some lights and some decorations in here to just liven it up a little bit. But for now we're just gonna take that and just turn it into a dirt walkway for us in our park. The vehicle under, and the Ankylosaurus are destroying a vehicle, so we're gonna fix that. Well, this is at least a quick sneak peek of what we're doing in the Badlands here. We've got some shade spots and gonna keep working on this dome here for Tyrannosaurus. And I'm going to put in the walkway to connect it to the rest of the park now. So we're gonna put the dirt roads in here. I want this to feel like we take it off of the main path and can go into this, and we'll probably turn it into like a garden, forest, something. Again, I don't want it to feel like the Tyrannosaurus space looks intimidating or scary. I want it to be something that feels inviting and that we want to come and check out, but also still feeling secure and not using any traditional, there actually are no traditional fences in this. It's all walls and gates. But to make this a little more inviting, we're gonna line the path, or at least the entrance here, with some plant boxes, and then we'll put some foliage. Put some foliage in the front here to make that all come together. And again, I am still learning all the tips and tricks on how to do things like this. So if you have any thoughts or any feedback on how we can make this even better, or have something else that you think would be interesting for me to just try to put together, feel free to put that in the comments. I'm trying to get a little bit better every day. So every comment, every like, really anything is helpful and sharing and helping me just get, again, a little bit better at this every day. Started doing this and had both plant boxes on both sides, and then I realized I don't actually need them because I can just take this one side here, I can remove this, and then I can just duplicate it and move it to the other side. So as much as you can duplicate something, I'm learning, just do it. It makes this way easier and way faster to do this. If not, this would take me significantly longer to do. So now we've got a nest hatching, and we've got our baby Tyrannosaurus Rex in here, which is great. So now we have the full family unit. So now we need to make sure the rest of this looks good and people want to come and see it. So we'll put some forest on the side of it here to just match the rest of what's behind it. And inside here, we've got some of this same cover. So we're going to try to build this out in the front so it looks a little bit more like a Tyrannosaurus Rex enclosure might traditionally look like, with some trees and foliage on the outside. And then you go into it and you can actually see where the real Tyrannosaurus Rex is. So we're going to go back in here, and then I can't actually get into this space here with the way that it's built out. So we're going to have the viewing dome, or viewing gallery. We have a dome and a dome over here for us. And then I'll put in the other part of it to access it in a little bit. But right now I want to make sure I put in all of the foliage and the flowers in these planter boxes, again, to make this feel a little bit more inviting and not as scary, intimidating of a enclosure space for Tyrannosaurus Rex. And we have another dead dinosaur. Like I said, Tyrannosaurus Rex is making its first debut for my campaign here in the Badlands, but I'm gonna likely have to use it in another park as well, and I'm not sure which one that's gonna have to be or end up being. I feel like I might end up putting it in Biosyn as the next spot, but I haven't landed on that. But I would not be surprised if that's the next space that it comes into. And as I go through the campaign, I try to put out one park every week and a half for going through the campaign. So if you enjoy looking at the campaign or walking through that, I continue to do that, and I will continue to do that through the life of Jurassic World Evolution 3. One of the big things is I want to make sure these parks are constantly being updated and living spaces and parks that don't just feel like we complete the campaign and then we never see it again. One of the nice things about that is every time we've added a DLC or we've added a free dinosaur, those are being added into the campaign as well. So it gives us another great reason to go back to these parks. And while I feel like the Badlands here may be fully built out in dinosaurs everywhere, some of these parks don't end up having the entire space used. Like thus last week, I ended up going through the Hawaii map, and there's still that entire space that's expanded I still haven't even used. So there's plenty of space there for more dinosaurs, and most of those will have to be ones that are from DLCs or expansions over the next couple of months. Campaign mode is my favorite mode to go through. I know a lot of people like sandbox mode, and I think there's a lot of great things to sandbox. I have an idea for a sandbox park that I want to start putting together, but I'm waiting till I can get through at least the first part of the campaign playthrough to start working on that. I know some people have already completed the entire campaign, but I'm a little slower at doing this, and I don't have all the time in the world to do this. But I'm here to just have fun and put these together and just get a little better at putting this together or videos like this over the time that I've been doing this, which at this point has been like 2 months. One of the things I do really enjoy, though, are creating these individual enclosures for dinosaurs, and the responses as I've been putting these together and making these shorts on TikTok and YouTube have been great. I've always loved a lot of the feedback putting those together, so thank you for putting those and those suggestions already. I love every single one of those that are put in there. This is the watchtower that I created in my park. This is just from all of the modular tools and modular pieces from the Wetlands DLC that came out this last week. I definitely wanted to try to create a watchtower, and I have a few of those throughout our park, but one of these is going to be with our Tyrannosaurus enclosure. We'll add a couple more trees in here to make this feel a little bit more full of a space. And then we're also going to start putting some in the front of this fence that I built as well. And it's not actually for the dinosaur, because I don't think it would contain a dinosaur. I haven't tried that, but I highly doubt that this would contain any dinosaur in the park. So we want to, again, feel like this outside of it is a Tyrannosaurus enclosure of sorts. So we're going to use both of those statues for Tyrannosaurus. So we'll use the one on the side here with the Tyrannosaurus and its two babies, because we're going to have a full family unit in this park here. And then on the side here, I want to use the other Tyrannosaurus statue where it's roaring at people, and I want to have that kind of looking over the pathway here. I really like the way this is starting to come out and put together. We broke a Jeep, so we're going to fix that. You can see we'll just check out the rest of this park really fast here. All of our Corythosaurus that are apparently a danger to our guests, and I don't know why, so I'll have to spend some time another day to figure out what's going on there. But if I tranquilize them, then we're all fine. So I'm just going to tranquilize them and take care of that. And now, I didn't forget, but I need to put the entrance to our remote viewing gallery. And so I'm going to have that right on the side of the dome that you still have to walk through, so it gives us a reason for the guests to actually use the path. And then we'll have this in here that they can go into. It'll pop them into the second dome here. So all of it's accessible and viewable to the public, just not all of it's walking and getting used close.
I am the owner of one happening patch of land. Of course, it's a minor thing compared to the other sites out there that Din can get involved with, but still. I wonder what Dr. Grant and Dr. Sadler would say if they saw what we've built near their old dig site.
Of course, I've only ever seen them amazed at seeing dinosaurs above ground. Well, amazed and terrified, more often than not.
Either way, without this place, the sectors wouldn't have gotten involved with Din. We'd never have met Dr. Baldera, and I'd be on some beautiful island sipping espressos in very early retirement. It might not sound like it, but I'd rather be here.
Well, there you go. I did not mean to do it in this video, but we 5-starred the Montana Badlands Park, so that's all done. The rest of the park doesn't look like I'd like it to, so I will be working on that over the next week or so before we'll go through, and I'll put a whole video walking through the entirety of the park. That'll be something next week, so if you'd like to see that, feel free to like or subscribe. You can like it if you want, but it's probably easier to just subscribe to this so you know when that is going to be coming out, or maybe that's the alert button. One of those buttons is going to let you know that that video is done. So if you want to see the entirety of the park at that point, you know what to do. Put a couple more trees in here. We'll put some rocks. We've got a storm coming in, but that storm helped me realize we did not put any lights in here. So we're going to add some lights to the park. We're gonna put those in there. We're gonna end up also putting in some signage as well. And then we'll go through just some more capture video of the enclosure itself. So enjoy the next 2 minutes or so of this video. I hope you have a great rest of your week, and I will see you on the next build.